Hey, what's up, Truth Tribe? Today I'm going to be talking about the power and beauty of simplicity in creating a new social order and how it's the primary key to creating the critical mass that we need. Coming up today on episode 2 of The Path to Freedom. All right, welcome back to episode 2. Yesterday I talked about the end goal, having a destination and a clear vision of where we're going, and basically going to be laying out how we get there. One of the things that I have been very aware of in the last 14 years of waking up and trying to wake others up and show them the truth about the reality of our world is that people don't want to hear the problems of the world unless you can give them a viable solution. And if that solution isn't simple, they don't want to hear it at all. And if they'll write it off as conspiracy theory or whatever, and they won't let it bother them. So with that understanding, I've realized that the KISS method that we all learned growing up, some people say keep it simple, stupid. I'm going to go with keep it simple and sincere. That's the key. That's the key to creating the critical mass that we're going to need. In making a transition, a seamless transition, to a new type of societal order or societal management system, whatever you want to call it, it has to be simple. It has to be something that people can do without any pain. Why is this thing dimming on me? The color keeps changing on my camera. Sorry about that. People need to see that what you're offering them is not only better than what they have, but it's going to be painless to move over. So that's kind of the key of what I'm going to be bringing you in the coming days and weeks ahead of what I hoped to, create a movement towards creating a better world. Because why else would I do this? Otherwise, I'd just be wasting my time. Is that simplicity is the key. And what I'm going to be doing today is showing you a bunch of quotes about the power and beauty of simplicity from a variety of different authors, thinkers, philosophers throughout history that really shows us that the world we live in was created to be complex and confusing so that the criminal class at the very top could control us and tell us that they have experts to figure out all of our problems for us and to just run along, little boys and girls. We'll take care of everything for you. Just do as we say. That's what's gotten us into this mess. So again, a system that would replace the one we're in right now would actually be simple. If you can't sit down and read in less than an hour and understand exactly how your society works, what your rights and responsibilities and obligations are, then it's too complex. And again, these quotes I'm going to be reading off to you show the wisdom of the ages, that simplicity is the key and simplicity is the answer to where we need to move to. Because a world that's too complex is going to be taken over by psychopaths. And that was the plan all along. So, if you've watched my Manifesting a New Reality series, the first 7 parts, I bring up simplicity in 3 different areas of the 7 parts. It's a 7-part series that I've created thus far. And I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I mean, I need some feedback. Do people want me to finish parts 8 through 12? It's going to take me about 400 hours of meticulous work to finish the series, but I'm not going to if people won't bother watching it or give me feedback on their thoughts or anything. So let me know if you want me to finish it. Hopefully people will rewatch it or begin to watch it and understand what I'm trying to do here. And again, that show people a better world. Because the one we're living in right now is we know where it's taking us. It's taking us to a dystopian command and control future that no one's going to want to live in. So we have to create an alternative that millions of people can transition over to and manifest it, because that's what we're working towards. And in my next video, I'm going to talk about the power of manifestation. But anyway, let's get into some of these quotes right now. Okay, so the first one here shows up in part 1 of Manifesting a New Reality. And it is from Albert Einstein, and he said, "When the solution is simple, God is answering." And God is natural law. God is the creator of everything. Natural law controls everything. So again, the solutions are based in natural law, the creator's law, and where we need to go needs to be simplified. And we need to understand natural law is omniscient, is omnipresent, and is omnipotent. And that's what we've been told all along that God is. So God is natural law, is God. The second one that shows up in the series is from Leonardo da Vinci, and he says, "Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication." So again, the simpler you get in explaining your ideas and the easier it is for people to understand, that's the ultimate sophistication. To try and complicate things so that you dumb people down is antithetical to your goals. So again, if we want to create something that works for everybody, we must keep this simple. And the third quote that shows up in the series is from Thoreau, one of my favorite authors. "Simplicity is the law of nature for men as well as for flowers." So again, natural law. People have understood that natural law is where we need to align our lives with to live in balance with everything else. The way the world is run now, everything is out of balance with natural law, and that's why there's so much misery. So again, another powerful quote: "Simplicity is the law of nature for men as well as for flowers." Everything under the sun, everything created by God, operates within the confines of natural law. Moving on, I've got about 10 more here that we'll just go through quickly. Just again, so you can see the power of what I'm trying to do here, is that we have to keep things simple if we want to get people to hop on board and join this movement to move to a better societal model. Leo Tolstoy said, "There is no greatness where there is no simplicity, goodness, and truth." So again, greatness comes from simplicity, goodness, and above all, truth. And I'm always saying truth is all that matters. And next we have from Dave Waters: "Some people try to make everything complicated." Those are the people that run the world. "Be the person who tries to make everything simple." That's basically what I'm doing. I'm the person trying to make everything simple for everybody so that we can understand that, yeah, there is a better way to do everything. Everything in society. These legacy institutions were designed to make things complicated. Once we make things simple, everything will fall into place. Gandhi said, "Simplicity is the essence of universality." Again, simplicity works for everybody. Once people understand what I'm proposing here, this is a system that can be implemented in every single country around the world, no matter your language, your culture, your ethnicity, anything. This is humanity. This is basically how simple things should operate. And again, it's universal. Lao Tzu: "I have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, and compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures." Again, simplicity, patience, and compassion. we have to have patience in going through what we're going through. Everybody wants a quick solution. There is no quick solution. This is going to take time. But again, with the simple solutions, they will come about more quickly. And, you know, as much as we want to hate and just be annoyed with everyone out there, we have to have compassion for the people who are still coming along. Let them fight you, you know. One of my favorite songs is Wish Them Well from Rush off their last album, Clockwork Angels. And it's a very powerful song. You should look it up on YouTube. But if you show compassion and people aren't resonating, again, wish them well and move on to the next person. That's all we can do. Constantine Brancusi, simplicity is complexity resolved. Again, we live in a complex world. The only way to resolve our problems is to find the simple solutions. And again, that's what I'm going to be proposing over the coming weeks. Brendan Burchard, with wisdom comes the desire for simplicity. Again, the more you learn, the more you understand that things were made complicated, again, by design. And you just want the solutions to be simple, and that's the beauty of what I said at the beginning. The beauty and power is that the solutions are simple. Leo Babauta, simplicity boils down to 2 steps. Identify the essential, eliminate the rest. And again, as you see when I start laying out the program, and again, it's already been laid out and manifested in a new reality series, but I'm going to do it again in a different way. As you see the steps that I lay down to get there, I'm identifying what's absolutely essential for peaceful and cooperative human interaction. Everything else gets eliminated. Everything else that complicates and confuses things in the world right now gets eliminated in the system I'm proposing. And I think once people start understanding what I'm doing here and showing that there's a better way to do everything, I think people are going to start finally getting what I'm saying and resonating with what I'm trying to do. Because right now, a lot of people just don't get it. And that's been frustrating for me the last few months. John Franklin, simplicity carried to an extreme becomes elegance. Again, beauty and power lies in simplicity. Once we realize that, things are going to start to go a lot smoother. Paulo Coelho. The simple things are also the most extraordinary things, and only the wise can see them. Again, the more you learn, the more philosophical you become, the wiser you become, the more you understand that the simplicity of nature, the simplicity of everything is the key, is the answer to everything. That's why when you meditate and you quiet yourself, everything comes into focus, because simplicity is rising to the top. Confucius, life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. And again, look around in the world right now. Everybody's running around like chickens with their heads cut off because everything's so complicated. And they're just believing a complicated mess that they refuse to understand. When again, it's really simple to understand how the body works. It takes a little time and effort to learn and understand, but once you understand it, it's beauty and its simplicity. And I'm going to be getting into that in videos moving forward about how the body really works. But as long as we insist on making things complicated and deferring to experts for our answers and solutions, we're going to remain stuck where we are. And we're never going to make any progress at all. Papa Ramdas, simplicity is the nature of great souls. You look at all the great thinkers throughout history, and they've really offered simple solutions to the greatest problems. It's the tyrants that make things complicated and tell you you're too stupid to figure things out for your own, and that they're going to take care of everything for you. And again, that's the way the world is now today. I mean, everyone in government worldwide is basically operating as a tyrant. Robin Sharma, simplicity is the trademark of genius. Bruce Lee, simplicity is the key to brilliance. Asanda Kutwana, it's really complicated to make something simple, but very simple to make something complicated. And it's taken me years and years of thousands of hours of deep research and work to simplify what I'm doing here. And thousands of pages of written notes and everything to make things simple. And the criminal class understands how simple it is to make things complicated. They just control the media, they control the narrative, and they can complicate anything in a matter of days. And again, that's how we got the world that we live in today. So simplicity is the key. So I'm going to wrap it up with that for now. But again, I just wanted to just kind of explain that if what I'm trying to do seems simplistic, it's being done that way by design. It's the only thing people are going to resonate with. If you try to get too complicated, and I've actually seen a bunch of solutions from people out there, friends on Facebook, whatever, people who have, one woman who commented on a bunch of my videos on Odyssey, her solutions are so convoluted and complex that I just can't see anybody ever resonating with it. And you know, another one is this whole idea that we have to eliminate all money, and that's going to be one of the solutions. Like, okay, you're not going to get people to give up money. All right, if that ever happens in human history, it is so far in the future. That's not a simple solution. What needs to be done with money, the simple solution with money, is to remove money from debt, is to get rid of the idea of speculation and making money from money. Money should be used to exchange goods and services, period, end. That's it. It's when you tie debt to money and you speculate on it and you create more value out of something that isn't inherently there, that's when we run into problems. That's what creates the wealth gap, that creates the injustice in society. It's not money itself, it's what they've turned money into that's the problem. And again, the solution is simple. Remove the debt from the money and the problems go away. Remove the ability to speculate on just something you're using to exchange goods and services, and inflation will go away. So again, simple solutions to complex problems. But it takes years of study and understanding and looking at our history and looking at all the problems that have created based on the systems that were, the legacy systems that were created, and realizing that they were created to enslave us. These systems weren't created to free humanity. These systems were created to enslave humanity, to extract our wealth, to extract our energy, and to enrich a small class at the very top so that they can buy up the world and basically take us to a world in which you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. That's their plan and that's their goal. And I'm saying we don't want to go there. We need to unite and get millions of people to seamlessly transition over to this new system that's simple in its design, but that operates in complete harmony with natural law. So on that, I'm going to wrap this one up. I love you guys, and have a great day, evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will hopefully be back tomorrow talking about the power of manifestation. Have a great day, evening, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.